in that is not necessarily. Am I hearing the challenge of the sexuality or the double standard?
It's us. Mm-hmm. It's us. There's something about
when you say us,
black men.
Yeah. Black men. Okay.
There's something about black men and the homosexual conversation that is it is a mess. The phobia as it relates to black men is the elephant in the room. And no one will actually articulate their devastation, right? Because you have to think, like, for a black man, the worst thing to be called is gay.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing somebody's gonna allude to, whether you are gay or not, when they're trying to assassinate your character or get off the highest joke imaginable, they're going gay first.
Gay or snitch.
Or broke. Right?
Or broke,
But like gay being
number one.
Trying to figure out how to make you gay at the top of that list.
That's a fact.
So it stems from something within our culture that has created this stigma.
Yeah.
That is the somehow there's a program to make black men gay. Like you see it everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
There's an attack on
there's an agenda.
Strong black men. But who's the attack coming from?
Do you believe there's an attack?
How?
No, I'm asking. Do you believe
that's my answer.
Oh, how?
How?
Well, I think as people say it, through media, through fashion, through what's acceptable. Because it's like who? Because like if you think about it, back in our generation, we're the exact same age. We didn't see homosexuality. It's been around since the beginning of the time, but it was your auntie's friend, your uncle's friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's more in your face, more acceptable. It's more mainstream, actually trendy. You know.
Well, the world has gotten smaller, and so now we know that more humans exist, and we're actually able to see those humans living out their lives. We weren't able to see that before. I didn't know what was going on outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Right.
I have a clue.
Right.
About my 4 blocks from 38th Street to Sherman Park. That's all I knew.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukaha Kwadas, to the elder apostle and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well, who I learn from daily. I'd like to give double honor, shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the elect, shalom. Now, I ain't got a name for this video, but as you seen in the video, they were talking about how being homosexual, well, being homophobic is something that's inherited in the so-called black community. And there's a reason for that. That's because the so-called black, Latino, and Native American are the children of Israel. We was given the laws, statutes, and commandments to help guide us through our life. And even though we're here in captivity, we were thrown away from our heritage, that doesn't mean that the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has left us. That's why we're the best dancers. We came up with some of the world's greatest inventions, best athlete, all those things. Because we still carry on that spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, even though we're in this lower state and we suffer from the curses. So yes, so-called black men having a fear of homophobia is really the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Even though a lot of our people don't know him, don't know his name or know him, they done all been to church, the Christians church, no matter what kind of sect of the Christian you came from. They done heard a man with another man is a sin. They done heard that scriptures from somewhere. And it stuck with them because our spirit resonate with the Bible. So when Jake heard it, of course Jake is not gonna play that. I mean, first of all, that wasn't one of the things that Yahweh Hashem Hawashai would allow our people to do. We're a group of men. We was tribes of men, not homosexuals. Not like all other tribes. Not like Esau, Edom, for starter. Not like Moab or Ammon. Not like those other people. That was never a thing for us. We got into that following after those other nations. But we was a tribe of men. That homosexuality stuff was something Yahweh Hashem Hawashai greatly looked down upon. So even now, when we are kicked away from our heritage, that spirit still resides within us to know, hey, that's not a cool thing to do. So let's go ahead and get into these scriptures. This is Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Hawashai. And that spirit is showing that the so-called black man we're being called homophobic, because we know through the spirit that being a punk, being a sissy, being a power bottom, or whatever you want to call yourself, is truly wrong in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Hawashai. Our spirit knows it. That's why the scripture said the spirit bear witness with our spirit. Our spirit, even though we were thrown away from our heritage, we still try to keep certain things of the law. Our spirit just know to do it. It's nothing they're telling us, even if we didn't hear the scripture. Somewhere in there, our spirit will know, like, okay, we can't do this. I can't lay with another man. This is not right. And in the video, they was talking like they don't know where it come from. That it was just a culture. But this goes beyond that supposedly black culture. That was in our heritage from Yahweh Hashem Hawashai, that a man won't lay with a man. That it's an abominable act. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and get that. This Leviticus 20:13. For if man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon their hand. And the Lord said, two men laying together is an abomination. And through the fear of Yahweh Hashem Hawashai, even in this lower estate, Jake automatically knows, man, I can't do that. It's not going to end well, me laying with a man. That's why there are so many DL brothers. Matter of fact, that's a so-called black term, DL, down low. Matter of fact, let's look that up. Let's see. Down low, sometimes shortened to DL, is an African American slang That's you so-called Southern Kingdom. You North American Negroes, Jamaican, Haitian, and West, and all those West Indian Islanders, Western Islanders, Slaki. Generally used within the so-called African American community that typically refers to a sexual subculture of so-called black men who usually identify as heterosexual but actively seek sexual encounters with the relations of other men, practicing gay cruising, and frequently don't don a specific hip-hop attire during these activities. They generally avoid disclosing their same-sex sexual activities, even if they have female sexual partners or partners. They are married to a woman or they are single. The term is also used to refer to a related sexual identity. Down low has been viewed as a type of impression management that some of the informers use to present themselves in a manner that is consistent with perceived norm about masculine attitudes, and behavior. And see, and you see right here where it says it comes from, the so-called African American community. That being on the DL. They already know that this is not something they should be doing. Whether they were expressly told or just inherently in their spirit. They know that this being gay is looked down upon. That's why they were like, man, being called gay is one of the most disrespectful terms in the so-called African American or the black community. Because it is. Jake, no, man, I can't be no punk. There's been plenty of fights I've seen started all because somebody called one Jake called another Jake a punk. You might can get away with calling that Jake mama a 304 before he let you get away with calling him a punk. Them real deal fighting words in the Judite community, for sure. I know that for sure. But like I said, that's because we was given the law, statutes, and commandments. And they never really left us. Spiritually, they're still there. We're gonna go here. Romans 2, starting at 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before God Yahweh, but the doers of the law shall be justified. For when Gentiles, these are the scattered Israelites, like all of us today. But we was also in that Gentile state of mind. So even though we didn't know we were Israelite, we were acting like the other Gentiles. So this goes into that about keeping the law. For when the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these have not the law, or in the law to themselves. Even though we didn't have the laws anymore, but we were still keeping the laws by not wanting to be laid up with another man. We were still, how should I say? We were keeping the laws without knowing we were keeping them. Put it that way. And that's why it's so big in the Southern Kingdom community, in the Judah community, that no one really wants to be called a punk or that is looked down upon, because their spirit bears witness with our spirit that we're the children of the Most High. So in some ways we'll try to keep the laws because that spirit still rests in us, and especially the gay one. I mean, with the past 20-some years, they done slowly broke Jake down to where, Jake real deal just coming out with being a homosexual, an alphabet person. But still, for the majority, Jake don't want to be called no punk. I mean, you can't even. Jake don't even like most of them games you'll see Esau play. And trust me, I work at a place where Esau play those gay games like it ain't no tomorrow. They run behind each other and stick 4 fingers up each other butt cracks, and everybody just laugh and joke it away. And I just look like, wow. But that's something among Esau that's okay, but not in the neighborhood with the Jake. Because as the law says, if a man be found laid with another man, they shall surely be put to death. So Jake try to keep those laws, even though they don't know about them, even if they don't know they're keeping them. Our spirit bears witness, man. Most High made sure of that. All right, we're going to get this in AMP. For it is not those who merely hear the law, as it is read aloud, who are the just or righteous before Yahweh, but it is those who actually obey the law who is justified, pronounced free from their guilt of sin, and declared acceptable to him. Verse 14, when Gentiles who do not have the law, since it was only given to the Jews, but no, it was only given to the Israelites. It went off right there. The law was only given to the 12 tribes. When the Gentiles who do not have the law, since it was only given to Israel, do instinctively the things that the law requires, guided only by their conscience, they are a law to themselves, though they do not have the law. And us being thrown away from our heritage, we didn't have the law. But our conscience, being guided by our conscience, we still try to keep certain things of the law. And one of them is not wanting to be gay, or really dealing with people that do. And the ones who are gay, like we just read the down low term, that's why they try to hide it. The laws are not just physical words, but also spiritual as well. So Jake know deep in his conscience that, hey, this is not something I should be doing. Matter of fact, we're going to look at that word instinctively. Without conscious thought, by natural instinct. See, it's our natural instinct to want to try to keep the laws. So Jake will do certain things. Do Jake go off a lot? Yeah. But Jake still try to keep certain of those laws without even being told. Like, even before Yahweh Hashem Hawashai presented me with the truth, maybe a year before, I had already stopped eating pork. I had already stopped eating crawfish. Because I'm from the South, from Louisiana, stopped eating crawfish and shrimp, crab, stuff like that. And I just didn't understand why all of a sudden it became a big deal. No, I tell everybody, I do it because of health reasons. But that wasn't it. One day it just got to a point I was like, man, I don't want to eat this no more. I never understood why until I came into the truth and understood these were laws that the Most High set up for his people. So I instinctively started doing the things that were kept in the law without even knowing it. But that's how the Most High worked, man. That's how he made us. We're his people. So, of course, we're going to try to keep the laws to the best of our ability. I mean, even when we were in our most wicked, we were doing a lot of wickedness during the time of the Romans, and we was in the Roman captivity. The first Roman captivity, Salaki. Or you can go back to the time of the Grecian captivity. Jake will try to keep the laws here and there. Even though they were getting put to death and forced to do things, Jake still will try to keep the laws one way or another. Even in the Gentile state of mind, Jake still try to keep those laws. Because we're the children of the Most High. And we're going to end it out there. Matter of fact, this is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. See, we were chosen by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to be a special people. So even though we went off and done all this wickedness, we're still a special people to him. That's why in his infinite mercy, he sent his son Yahushua to be a sacrifice so we can be brought back to him. And that's why Jake be knowingly or unknowingly keep some of the laws to the best of their ability. Because we know here in Babylon, they'll tell you meat is one thing, then it's nothing. They'll tell you this not in there and it could be in there. It's a lot of lying. But it's still the fact. Jake will still try to keep the laws even when he's in a state to where he doesn't know what the laws truly are, what they mean at times. But that's all I wanted to say on this one. Hope the video was edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Shalom.